We're here at the Missouri State Capitol building. It's being remodeled, but at least the dome is back open. This is the biggest remodeling of the exterior in over 100 years. Well, guys, you want to go in?
Sure.
Well, let's go take a tour. If you like our video, please click subscribe and turn on your notifications. The governors, but look, this is cool. There's like a bridge. It's a walkway up in the air, a hallway. This Capitol is so neat. I've been in lots of Capitols, and this one is so interesting because over 100 years ago when they built this one, they raised bonds of, I think they needed just over $3 million in bonds. I bet the tour guide will explain, but the people in Missouri wanted to build this so badly that they raised over $4 million. And so with the extra million, they filled it with paintings, murals, and a museum. So the bottom 2 floors are exhibits, and it's just really neat for a Capitol and unique to have a museum inside the lobby of the Capitol. So we have all of these different governors. And here we have Lewis and Clark, so Meriwether Lewis. And over here we have William Clark. Yeah, this is really neat. Oh, we get a private tour up the stairs, the famous stairs. What? Yeah, this is cool. So here's where the governor's on TV all the time, doing speeches.
Told you.
Famous paintings.
There are 41 of these lunette paintings in the building. However, these 16 are special, not just because they're larger, but because they have optical illusions built into them. This is a painting of the East Bridge in St. Louis, one of the first steel bridges built in the state, and it has what's called a 3-point perspective optical illusion. So we have the bridge as 1 point, the smoke is the 2nd point, the boats is the 3rd point. They all come right here. So from where we're standing, the bridge starts on this side and stretches all the way down to that corner. However, we're going to walk all the way past it, turn back and look at it, and it's going to look like the bridge is going in a different direction. To back, and the area with the boats takes up a lot more space. Huh. It's pretty dramatic.
Yeah, isn't that cool? See over here, we're right against this part of the bridge. And then as we move, we're over here by the boat.
This one is Hot Hot Topic. It's based on our state park in Camden, Missouri. Now this one has what's called a 50-50 split optical illusion. If you were to split this down the middle, we're pretty close to the middle. We have this bluff area on one side and the waterway on the other side, pretty much even. So we're gonna do the same thing we did with the Eads Bridge, and it's gonna appear as the size of these two things change.
Oh yeah, now the water's far away.
Now the bluff is really, really getting in the water. It's really
So this would normally be the main entrance from the columns.
Well, it used to be years ago. Of course, there's a couple of different reasons why it's not anymore. The main reason, which started a long time ago, was not these glass doors, but the big doors on the outside, the big bronze doors. The mechanisms inside those doors, you can't just go out to Home Depot and get replacement parts for those. So they stopped using them because they didn't want them to wear out, and then them not be able to open and close them. So that was the main reason. And then of course now we've got the security entrance, so it wouldn't be accessible anymore. But the main reason was because of the replacement parts.
Wow.
So when you came in, you probably saw the tall statue of Thomas Jefferson right in front of the building.
Yes.
That's actually right outside these doors. Now you can't really tell with the doors closed, but this is actually the longest indoor to outdoor staircase in North America. So we are pretty proud of that.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Up here, we have the state seal. Now the seal was designed in 1822 by Judge Robert Watt.
Wow.
It's on a cable, and once a year they lower it down through the rotunda all the way down to the first floor where we started the tour, until it's about 5 feet off the ground, and they do cleaning and maintenance, changing light bulbs, dusting, and that type of thing.
Wow.
It looks large up there, but when it's actually down at eye level, it is incredible. There are 44 people that were either born or lived in Missouri at some time that were significant to our history. We don't have time to go through them on the tour because we don't have time for the tour to go through all of those. It's a pretty interesting character.
Oh yeah, it's dark. It's hard to see their names. Oh, Dale Carnegie. "44 people. Yeah. Walt Disney.
Thomas Hart Benton is down here.
Gosh, and look, there's little domes and paintings everywhere.
There is a huge amount of art to fill up.
It's the famous room.
Oh, the lounge.
See, it's not open to the public. You have to get on a tour.
Now,
Because she's very
normally,
powerful.
during the week, it's open. However, right
Wow.
now, they are making us leave it closed, and they will only allow 10 people total in at a time. And we're not allowed to sit on the furniture anymore.
Wow.
Welcome to the House Lounge. It wasn't until the 1950s that legislators in the building had their own offices. So up until that time, they used this room for everything. They would come in here and do their paperwork. They'd meet with their constituents. They were having a break. They'd smoke cigars and play cards in here. So it was kind of like an office and a break room combined. But in the 1930s, they just had a plain wallpaper on the wall. And they decided they wanted to do something really spectacular in here. So they hired a famous Missouri muralist named Thomas Hart Benton and told him he had 2 years to do the work. And he spent the first 18 months traveling around doing research and sketching different things he wanted to put into the mural, and he came back with just 6 months left to paint. So the fact that he painted all of this in 6 months is incredibly impressive. But the most impressive part of it is that during the summer while he was painting was the hottest summer Missouri record ever. One day it got as high as 118 degrees. And there was no air conditioning in the building at that time, so you can imagine how hot it was in here. Now we'll start over here. This is the 1700s. We're not yet a state, we're just a territory. We have a French fur trader.
This is the House of Representatives, and you can see the famous stained glass windows. The room is locked, but you can still see a lot. And that's where they vote at each desk, and then it displays it on those giant electric boards. And that's where the Speaker of the House sits. All right, that's the House. So now let's go see the Senate. This is the neatest little area. There's this little bridge that comes up in the air, and on one side we can look down over the rotunda and up into the dome. And the other side is the Legislative Lounge. Look at those bookcases. So guys, these are the five big square windows on the back. See what's rounded? We're right in the middle of the building. See the column? Well, I don't know if the video's picking up, but you can see the columns. Those are the columns. And look at the ceiling. All right, guys, let's go see the Senate. This is the Senate, but it's hard to film and we can't get inside. But you can see a little bit. We're upstairs looking down into it. Try to get a better view. Well, it's hard to see, but we'll just film what we have. You can see the columns. There are murals all around in here.
Hey, it's pink at the top.
Yeah, the pink ceiling is cool. Purple, pink. There's the main desk down in the front. Yeah, you can see columns better. Here is the Senate, which we can't go in. And directly across is the House of Representatives. Isn't this building amazing? I mean, it's so beautiful in here. Yeah, there's like 44 of these. Oh, Laura Ingalls Wilder. There's a lot of famous people from Missouri. Walter Cronkite is down there.
Yeah, Buck O'Neill's there.
So there's 44 very special people that are on display here.
Is that the very,
Yep, that's the seal
is that the very middle?
right in the middle.
Is that the very middle of our state?
That seal is everywhere. It's on the flag. It's throughout the building. It's even in the railings. It's everywhere in here. Yeah, this building is just amazing. So many levels. And that's straight up into the dome. So that's where the governor is always on TV. And then they've got chairs for the press, 6 feet apart everywhere. So here is more museum. So we're up here on the second story. We're still looking at paintings. And down here are exhibits everywhere, all the way down. They're redoing a lot of it, but there's exhibits all the way down. and then all the way to the other end of the building. A full museum.
Look up there. See, I've come.
They have religious phrases. Everywhere. It's really pretty cool. Yeah, there are just things, phrases engraved everywhere. There are so many exhibits. Yeah, this is cool. They made a model of frontier living. All the cabins.
This is a model of the Uss Missouri.
So all you guys learned about Lewis and Clark, remember? So here talks about it. Remember the statues in here? And then look over here. Did you guys learn about the New Madrid earthquakes?
No.
Well, I know you learned about this. The big Missouri Compromise. Remember all this?
Oh, yeah.
It said that Missouri could enter the Union as a slave state.
I knew that.
That was the compromise. It got to be a state. That's how they had to bring it in to keep it balanced. And then, oh, here's Missouri became a state in 1821. Remember that year?
Wow.
And then most of these you don't know about. Remember the tour guide talked about they moved the state capital to Jefferson City? And so it's on the Missouri River.
Oh.
And then somewhere they're going to show that the first one burned.
Oh yeah, we learned about the Oregon Trail in like 4th grade.
Oh yeah, the Oregon Trail. Yeah. And it went off that direction. And here's the Pony Express. Didn't you guys learn about this?
I know.
I thought you learned about that last year.
Me? We learned about that.
Yeah, the Civil War's on here. There's some big things on this timeline. A lot of these you have really pretty cool. There is so much here. Oh, that's cool. It just goes on and on and on. We finished our tour. What we learned is that staircase on the front is the largest staircase anywhere in North America. So that's really impressive and some unique history about our Missouri State Capitol. All right, guys, let's go.
Oh yeah.
This is the backside of the Capitol. These statues are huge. Oh, this is neat. Right here on the grounds of the Capitol.